2 minutes. 1 minute.
Uno minuto.
Un momento.
This is a cute little view out here too.
Yeah, it's awesome view, isn't it?
Yes.
Got El Capital in the background.
Right? Represent. Ooh, it's on. Okay, I'm gonna. So after the disclaimer, I'll just let you do your thing. But I want you to really highlight that Josh is a big reason that I finally allowed myself to do some fellowshipping.
Who, Josh?
Yes.
Yeah, say it
He's
again.
just, Josh is a big reason why I finally opened myself up to
Okay, yeah.
fellowship.
Well,
He's
we're
such
gonna,
a
I might have you
social, kind
click
person.
in on that too.
Okay.
So you can make announcements and stuff.
Okay, this is good to go.
And then after you do the announcements, I'm gonna go back and say, by the way, Bridge is, yeah.
I'll just follow you. Okay, get ready. We're on disclaimer. Are you ready?
And welcome everybody. It's the Rise Up Hour with Mahana Kakish, and I got Bridge Sky May with me today, of course. I'm just calling her my co-host now. She just does everything for me. And we have a great guest with us today. I'm gonna wait a moment on announcements. Well, actually, why don't you just quickly say your name? You are well known in the recovery community, sir.
Yes, my name is Josh Ballard,
Yeah.
alcoholic addict.
Okay, and I call him in
Welcome.
recovery. Welcome. And we're gonna make a couple announcements, and then I'm just gonna say, think about recovery, you guys. MinnesotaRecovery.org. They offer telephone recovery support, all recovery meetings, one-on-one peer support navigators. That's called recovery coach as well. Any of those things that you've heard. By the way, all services are free, no cost. 612-584-4158. Remember, we are celebrating Mental Wellness Month. And you notice I say wellness because I believe anyone can have wellness in their journey of recovery. And we are celebrating that. And so I am also going to talk about another service that's out there. If you want to look up Wellness in the Woods, or you go to the VPSN, that's Virtual Peer Support Network. This is also another free service. It is Monday, I think it's all week long, by the way, from 10 to 4. It's all Zoom. You just click in. You gotta be from Minnesota, because I know I have people from outside Minnesota listening to the show. But it is a great service when you need some mental wellness issues to be dealt with. It's a great thing. Also, recovery issues. They also have GLBTQ, plus, I guess I gotta say it right. I get some of these things mixed up. This month they're having a big thing on stigma, a campaign on stigma rejection, and we are wanting to change the way we look at stigma. And we've done that well in the recovery community. I think we need to start doing that in the mental wellness community. And then I'm just gonna say, I find this organization to be doing an exceptional job. And that's where my roots are going to be going into for this nonprofit, because what they do is they support people where they're at. Come in, doesn't matter where you're at. We will be there for you. Because I talk about mental wellness, I talk about recovery, and I talk about reentry. This will allow me to continue that support in mental wellness, allow me to gain more information to support us in the community. So I just want to say it's a great service, and then we're going to talk about our feature. So we are going to let Bridge talk about that for a moment, and then we're going to talk about Thrive, right? Mm-hmm. And then we're going to go right into our guest today. Again, by the way, get your pen, pencil out, and paper. So you can call or text. We have our own line now, 612-405-3668. That's 612-405-3668. Or you can text in at 763-843-4262. That's 763-843-4262. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, or like and follow us on Facebook group Rise Up Hour. That's HOUR. And we are going to switch over to Bridge for a moment.
Okay, hi, Bridge here. I won't talk too much about Sober Fit Club because Josh is the expert on that. But what I did look up, and if you go on Facebook, it's an awesome private group. So what's nice is anything that's shared in there is private. So if you're not ready to be open and loud like we are with recovery, it's okay. But Sober Fit Club is a recovery fellowship group, and they're all inclusive, and they're so welcoming to anyone working a program of recovery or friends of. And Sober Fit Club is all about recovery beyond the rooms. As part of recovery, they endorse self-care. I love that. Self-care ensures that we maintain and enjoy all healthy aspects of our lives, and they combine fitness with fellowship. So every week they meet on Sundays. I think Josh just came from there actually, so let's talk about it, for some fun physical activity. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes, and I'm going to mention something. Before we go into anything, self-care. That is one of the things that Virtual Peer Support Network talks about. That's what we were talking about. I was for the cultural diversity training at the Recovery Academy at Minnesota Recovery Connection. All of those who want to become involved as a peer support specialist, that's a great place to sign up to be on the academy. Let me tell you, we have to talk about that oftentimes. Self-care, because often we forget about it. And Josh, I'm just going to go this. We're going to talk about Thrive for 1 second, and then we're going to go right into. So Thrive is also another place that families can go to. It's better boundaries from for tough love to loving well. Thrive is a family organization. Thrive Family Recoverysources.org. Thrive is co-hosting this life-changing workshop. It's virtually through Zoom, Wednesday, April 27th through May 18th. And Bridge, do you want to say anything more about that?
Okay, so I actually got in on this workshop, and I feel like I'm a wealth of knowledge on things, but especially being on the other side now, and really tried to understand supporting family members in recovery, and I love Thrive. So I went to my first workshop Wednesday. Mahana, I learned some new stuff. I was shocked. Like, I didn't understand there's a difference between boundaries, and then there's this new word, I can't even remember it, but it just like hit me like a ton of bricks. So next week they're gonna talk about it. So I encourage anyone to, if you still wanna get in on the workshop, I mean, next week's gonna be a wealth of knowledge, but if you go to their website, there's weekly, lots of meetings in person or online. And if you are that family member or loved one, or you just have people, that you care about that are in recovery and you don't know what to do, this is your support group. It's wonderful. They're fantastic. Pam, she's the head person. She's fantastic. I'm just obsessed.
Well, thank you so much. And then, so let's talk about this Sober Fit Club.
Hi, Josh.
Hey, Josh. Say your name one more time, and then I'm going to mention something. Bridge, Bridge talked about you bringing her into recovery. She met you and fellowship, and see, when you're in recovery is not the only thing you have. So, Josh, let's talk about that. What got you to start this up? Because you have an interesting, beautiful journey, and take us on that journey right now.
Yes, Josh. Josh Ballard, a member or a person in long-term recovery. Yes, recovery is definitely very important to me. Fellowship, meetings, sponsorship, all that good stuff. But really, what brought it home was able to have fun in sobriety. If I wasn't able to have fun in sobriety and try to, get other people involved in it, I probably wouldn't have come so far. I first started out 5 years ago. After a Friday night meeting, then we started playing volleyball, and that really brought me into the rooms. Or kept me going into the rooms, and I found my love for sports and activeness, athleticism, all that, and I just try to bring that to others. Whether it's creating events or sports or getting people active, because it's definitely part of my journey, especially that I dropped a lot of weight recently, the healthy way, and I building muscle, hitting the gym, doing all that good stuff to work on that now, and it really helps my mental health too greatly.
So let's talk about this. So you started in your recovery, you wanted something more, and suddenly you played some volleyball, right? And then let me ask you this. So you said you became healthier along the way. So how long have you been playing, get involved in playing with others and having fellowship?
Ever since I first started 5 years ago, like we do Friday night volleyball, we do Sunday volleyball. We do other sports, other activities. I go to the gym a lot too.
So did you start this with some other friends, or is this something that you started driving, or did you become more passionate about it?
I accidentally started, but I pretty much, I help promote it and help definitely spread the word and get people out there.
Yeah,
If they haven't heard about it, I make sure they hear about it.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. When I found out that I said to a couple people you were going to be on the show, and they're like, "Oh, I go yes," and
Yes.
so you're well known in the community. So let me ask you this: so when if you also have gone to the Recovery Coach Academy, correct?
Yes.
And so is that where you met Bridge?
And I met her actually 5 years ago back at Blaine.
Oh, that's
We
where you
first
met.
came up
That's
You
together.
knew me before I found recovery.
Oh, before that's
Really?
why she talks about this hope and stuff that you gave. So you've always been there in the recovery. So that's what's unique about you. And then let's talk about this. You also went through some life-changing body, right?
How much weight did you lose?
Yeah, so let's talk about your weight journey. How much weight have you lost?
At the end of October of 2020, I was about 315 pounds,
Wow.
and then within a year, I dropped to 175. So within 1 year span, I lost 140 pounds.
Woo!
Ooh, that's
That's
great.
amazing.
So you did that through mental wellness, and that's another way to focus. For those who can do, because some of us, who are in chronic pain or are unable to do that. I did take some time and spend some time in the garden and try to do minimal things because that affects us. But those who don't have that and want something more, fellowship is actually, for me, having fellowship is just as important. Or going and being with others and joining in, at least talking and stuff. But you're talking about
You combine fitness with fellowship.
combining fitness with fellowship. So for you, as you started losing weight, what made you decide to start being more healthy for yourself?
Like I was always active before, but I was still, very overweight and considered actually obese. Last time I went to the doctor, October of that year, it just kept getting worse. I didn't really like myself. Like, I felt good in other ways, but like, I knew there was something still missing in my life. And it was really affecting my mental health, honestly, greatly. And then I had like pre-diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, stomach issues. Kept feeling like I was having like heart attacks, just like sleep apnea too, like snoring, and if I didn't wear a machine, I was like gasping and choking in my sleep, stuff like that. So eventually, and I didn't really want to get full-on diabetes because I don't really like poking myself. So, and that day I decided to full-on make a change and not, trying to put it gently, because I know it's a radio show. I'm not trying to
We appreciate
half measures it like I did before. So just like my recovery, I went all in on this weight loss journey, focused determination, a lot of dedication, a lot of sacrifice, and I definitely feel much better. I think was like the missing piece to at least my journey.
Well, one of the things is I want to mention to you about that sounds interesting is that you transformed. You're 300's a lot. We are. It's not. Everyone's who they are. But for you, that was your journey, and you wanted to do that. You transformed into this really athletic. I wish I had your arms as an example, okay? Got broad shoulders and because he's got this muscle shirt on, so I'm just giving an example. But what's nice is that you're able to be toned and you keep that going. And in recovery, we're supposed to be a beacon of light for people, and you are a beacon of light in the recovery community for the fitness and mental wellness, because that allows your mind to feel healthier because you weren't feeling well, you weren't doing well. And by the way, we have a message from someone who sent in a message to you already. Wow, you've really, I know Ashley. Hey, Ashley Wright, I know her really well, by the way. Josh is a big part of why I am sober today. I met Josh 5 years ago when I hit my first treatment, and he was one of the folks that drew me into the program and made me feel at home and got me active, not only in fellowship and volleyball, but he made a way for me to go to the Gopher State 2 years in a row. Phenomenal convention. Josh is a recovery warrior and a great friend. Love you, Josh. So, Josh, see, our listeners are listening to this, and again, questions out there live, 612-405-3668. Or 763-843-4262. We're going to go on our first song. And what song did we pick for Josh right now?
Future.
Future? Is that the name of the song?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
please.
well, hey, we're gonna go right into the
Now
song.
bear with me, this is new equipment.
Yeah, new equipment. We're making sure we got the right mic, so I'm gonna keep talking.
Keep talking.
So Josh, this is really interesting. This is our first day with you, and you're doing really good on the radio.
Thank you.
Yeah,
A little nervous, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, that's cool. But you're a big star. I love it, and it's amazing that what you're doing for everyone. So it's cool.
Keep talking.
Yeah, there we go. We got it going.
No,
Oh,
this is-
so it's a new. We got new plugs and we're working them. And you know what's kind of funny, you guys? For me, my hands don't work, and I kind of think it's funny because Bridget's having some struggles. It makes me feel good that I'm not the only one that can have a struggle once in a while.
Here we go. It's working.
There we go. It's working. Ah.
Okay, so this is actually awesome.
Josh, you really touched a lot of people. You should be so proud of yourself.
Huh?
Josh, you touched a lot of people.
Are they all twinning in or what?
Yeah. They got your name. And I'm sorry I didn't have it out earlier. I just was.
I would have spread the word more too. I didn't know where the link or anything.
Yeah, I'll send you all this.
I knew a couple people that messaged me though and said they were listening. They're like, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know.
it's kind of my fault. So this is what happened to me. I got back from a thing on Friday, and I got home, and somehow I lost my set of keys. Big bundle of keys from my Mercedes. It's an old Mercedes, and it's one of those special keys you have to click in and fly out.
Fancy key.
Both keys are on the one thing. I don't know where they are. I think some little kid must have picked them up or something. So I've looked through the yard because I decided to weed that day. I'm like, oh, I feel like good enough today because I did a treatment to help. I had injections and all that with Botox and for headaches and all that. Yesterday we looked for like 5 or 6 hours, calling like my stepson, his girlfriend were there. And then Greg came home. We looked for them for 2 or 3 hours this morning. Still haven't found him. So it's like $300 to $500 to replace. So there's a neighborhood email for the gals. I'm gonna ask my neighbor to put it out there. Did maybe a kid find them or something? They have to drop somewhere. I've looked everywhere in my house. Can't find them. Can't find them. But you know what? Can I let that run me for a while? Well, no. So I'm just gonna let it go. Maybe they're just gonna show up somewhere where I'm not looking. Maybe my dog moved on. Because it's flush. I'm really flustered from it.
I would be too.
And then and the thing is, tomorrow I have a class on top of it. I go to I have a class from 6 to 9 that's on. I'm learning how to produce a documentary, and so I'm doing it from beginning to end, and it's going to be about recovery from like the beginning to the from the darkest to the brightest, and like transformation.
So there's a couple of things, you know, definitely allow Josh to, whatever you want to highlight or talk about.
Yeah.
But I
A lot of
really,
other groups too, don't worry.
yes, he does. I really would
Yeah.
like you to ask him this because that's how I met him. Is because he's so outgoing and a people person, and I feel like his story is different from mine and a lot of other people because he I didn't know you before, you know, but you've always seemed like that outgoing, charismatic person that can bring people in, right? So it's like fellowship came natural to you, and you attracted me to want to be able to participate more
Yeah.
in meetings.
Yeah. See, that's what I like. 'Cause-
See, but I think you just said earlier, like, it was fellowship that really kept you staying going to the meetings. Fellowship initially brought you into the meetings. For me, it was meetings, and then I finally went to fellowship.
No, some people need that fellowship because I saw another post on one of Josh's messages just now
Yes.
on Facebook, by the way. Someone that I taught this week.
Okay, get ready. Here we go. Ask him why you picked us. You're on. Say hello.
Hey, Josh. Why did you pick that song first of all?
I mean, it was Never End by Future, but I picked it because, I don't know, I just feel like I don't want this feeling to never end. Like, I feel like this with recovery, with sobriety, with life, like, I don't want this journey to ever end, so, you know, I just picked that randomly. I thought it was a positive song instead of picking, you know, something more hood rat. A little classy up in here.
Yeah, and then so have you always been? I'm just gonna mention this because you know you're kind of. I'm one of these people who's outgoing. I'm kind of like recovery, and some people have judged me on it, but My journey's 2.5 years in, and I'm like, it's still, you're like Mr. Peppy, you know. I like that because you just like come and say, hey, hi, and you just sit down. And I met you at Howard's wonderful celebration. But so, have you always been an outgoing person prior to your recovery, or how was your recovery journey? Did you what brought you from the one part to this new part? And you seem to be someone who brings people in through fellowship versus meetings.
Yes, I was always outgoing, even in school, even when I was a kid. Unfortunately, my drinking and using days, I was life at a party, but I figured it probably wasn't all good back then. But I try to bring that energy and those vibes with me when I got in the rooms. I try to, bring positive energy, positive vibes, bring that charismaticness to everything, and be outgoing, whether it's welcoming people, kind of be life at a party, show people that it's fun, you can have fun in recovery, it's not all serious, and we laugh and joke. We get to business, but we also have a good time too.
Yeah, we really do. I can't lie about that. We have a blast, and I'm already crazy, so why not just have it even funner? I don't need to have my mind altered. And Daniela Wilson said, "Sweet, I met this guy at my CPRS class this week." So Danielle Wilson knows you, and so it's amazing how I've gotten to do a couple of these things, and everyone seems to know who you are. So it means that you're doing a lot in the community, and I like that because it's important. And so you continue to get people involved, and what draws you to do that? So when you go somewhere and you see someone, what draws you just to come up to someone? Is there something that you recognize in supporting someone, or do you just go up to anyone, or what is in your mind that draws you to do something?
Well, I guess it's always been my personality, but I came in with when I came into the program, I felt welcomed by a few individuals, and that kept me going, because if I didn't feel welcomed, I wouldn't want to stay. I'd be like, who are all these people trying to shun me? Because I already was nervous coming into the rooms, like I'm sure we all are, and we need welcoming people. So I always try to do that, just like you said, people know me, and you guys knew me and how I came about, but I just always kind of want to bring that, because I've heard of people later on who I maybe didn't even know that well, or they come up to me and even welcoming them, giving them a 24-hour chip, or greeting them when they first came in the door, whether it's giving them a hug or talking to them, and how much that meant to them, how little it seemed like the action or thought was, but how big of an impact it made in their life, and it kept them going. Or other people, whether it's Bridge or other people who've said that, I've helped keep them, help bring them into the rooms, or help keep them in the rooms. And I just want to keep going on my way to reach out to the newcomer, and making sure, I do that so they keep coming back. Or even if I think someone's struggling, I always reach out to them, or even anybody, I can just talk to anybody and try to make them feel welcome, it's just what I do.
And then another thing is, so you have this Facebook group, so tell me a little bit about it. So is that how people can get in touch and find out about what activities are going on, or
Yeah, I got a few that I usually post on. I got that's my group's, I'm an admin on a couple of them, but they're already out and about. But Sober and Serious is one of them. Sober Life Hub is another one. That's a group that I actually started, a nonprofit back in the day. That's still up and running. Sober Fit Club. We're trying to hopefully make that popping beside just volleyball. Maybe get more active, like running, gym. Maybe anybody down for anything. I'm trying to get that going. I'm pretty big on whether it's the Sober Twin Cities event page. That's where you can find a lot of activities at. And I'm pretty big in like the mini PA and the Icky PA, the young people AA groups. We have events going on. We have an event coming up next Sunday too. Volleyball, Lake Calhoun, barbecue, speaker, all that stuff. So we always have events coming up, so stay posted.
So if someone has felt, because some people have felt unwelcomed, or have felt uneasy about the AA program, if they're really wanting to try, go to one of these events and see, it's maybe a great place to go and see how being active with fellowship is, and so a person can experience something different. Is that what you recommend for someone who wants to try something new with the recovery, being in recovery?
Yeah, exactly. And don't be scared. Sometimes get out of your comfort zone. I know it can be a little nervous, come around people, and maybe see 50, 100 people having fun, but come join right in. Oh, also no excuse, because all of our events everybody's welcome. We don't discriminate. Even if it is a cost, like sometimes it's $5 donation. Everybody's welcome. Nobody turned away. Plus, you can invite your friends, your family, your kids. So there's really no excuse not to come out and have some of this fun with us.
Are you guys all listeners hear that? It doesn't matter who you are, where you're at. Anyone dealing with mental wellness issues, we need the support of friends, or want to just go enjoy watching and maybe can't do stuff, or want to take your kids somewhere and you want to be around people like you. This is a great community to look out to. And the other question, going right into that, what does self-care look like to you?
Yeah, that's a great question because I do seem very outgoing, which I am, but sometimes I get nervous and sometimes I still, struggle with my mental health, and it's cost me at times, even in having long-term sobriety under my belt. It's still one day at a time. I still struggle with mental health every day from not doing what I'm supposed to do, but self-care is, very important. For me, it's like I'm big into fitness, but I also, higher power, pray, meditating, getting out and about, whether it's meetings, anything to, sometimes you got to reward yourself in life, whether you do something good, whether it's a little accomplishment, big accomplishment, try to treat yourself in life, I take care of my body too, a lot of good self-care methods out there to, it really works, and it helps me, because if it wasn't for focus on my self-care, I probably still wouldn't be here, honestly.
Yeah, so isn't that deep? And when we're talking about self-care, because this is, we celebrate Mental Wellness Month, and one of the things, I'm going to another question for you about how your week, what does your daily or weekly routine look like that supports your recovery? And one of the things you mentioned that was what I really appreciate, you talk about your mental wellness, that you even struggle with some of those things. So what is it that you do when you get there? What are the self-care things that you have to do? And see, you are very excited in your recovery, correct? But you seem to do well. But what impresses me about you, I'm just going to say this, is you get to still be happy and smiling, and I do too. But we have rough days, and we all, have these issues, and it's okay to have them. Some people think in the recovery, I'm not supposed to have this. It's hard, but you pull yourself through. And so, what are some of the things or tools you use to help support yourself through those issues, or when you're doing your routine through the week and you start having an issue?
Well, pretty much I stay busy. Like, I'm busy all the time, maybe too busy sometimes, but idle hands is what really gets me. But early on, I did therapy early on. I'm not scared to admit that, and I had to really talk about feelings as a man. Especially running the streets. I used to have a very checkered past with street life and all that stuff. And abuse and all that. So talk about feelings wasn't really something that I was really taught to do or anything like that. But I think it's really important, whether it's open up. Like, sometimes people need to break down and have a cry. Instead of holding it in, really letting it out, talking to people. Like, if I didn't talk to people, open up, whether it was a sponsor or other peers in this thing, I probably wouldn't have made it either, because that's what it's really about. We don't do this alone. We're all in this together,
And I'm just going to add on to something you just said. I'm kind of out there in my recovery, and I'm not Mr. Fit and athletic, and it doesn't discriminate, you guys. This is someone who's very athletic, very fit, and he's talking about emotional wellness as well, and therapy. Do you guys hear that? He talked about crying. He talked about these emotions that we all touch on, that we all get nervous about, men especially in their journeys. I see a therapist, by the way, and I see a therapist to understand why it's okay for me to be happy. Who would have said that? But it's the journeys that we take to understand how we continue to be growing and doing well. And it's nice that, seeing someone like you, often someone would look at you and say, oh, he's just got it all together. But it just shows us that we can all be vulnerable, but it's okay for us to have these emotions, because, you had the streets, you had abuse, you had all these things, and it's hard. And to work through those things are very important, because that allows you to be free. Instead of just always having that thought in your mind, you get to let go of those things and build. Now you got all this fellowship that you do, and you reach out to people, and it sounds like you. I gotta tell you this: you reach out to a lot of people, and fitness, and for me, I'm gonna end up trying to go out to some of these games when I can. I know we got the show, but I think I'm gonna go out to see what it's all about and be able to talk about it, because maybe I get to interact with other people, and maybe I can't do the action. I like to get it. I used to be very athletic, somewhat. You know, I'm not like Mr. Athletic of the Year, but I used to do some things. But with all this chronic pain stuff, you know, and not being able to do a lot, but to be able to be fellowship, I think, is just as important as staying away from it all. So if you're someone who stays away from it all, maybe just even being a part of it will make you can make a person feel a lot better. And instead of being secluded, they're involved. And I think that's another way to look at it. That you offer the fellowship, also the athleticism for people, and I think that's really neat. And we're gonna go right into our next song. Remember, anyone out there, text or call 612-405-3668. That's our new line. Or you can send a text in at 763-843-4262.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How about you?
You're doing great.
You're doing awesome, Josh.
Yes.
I kind of took over for a moment. Sorry.
Oh, that's good.
I lost my
Talk
thought.
about the feelings.
Yes, the
Feeling,
feelings.
especially
Woo!
when males openly say yes.
Yeah.
It's important to talk about feelings.
Yes.
That allows other males to be like, okay, yes, it's okay to talk about feelings. 'Cause
Ashley says
females
you're doing
do it all the
great.
time. Yes, you are doing great.
She messaged me last night too. I mean, I'm pretty close with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Ashley really well too. I've watched her journey.
The one who came on the show? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is she's a, what group is she with now? Is it wellness or what?
Yeah, now she is. Yeah.
There's another group like there's this lady who I partner with. It's called Minnesota Young for Recovery. She has all these tickets. So I can get people together for games too.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I try to talk about that later too.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
For the games, like
One time, like I didn't get people together, but like she has usually tickets to like Lynx, Twins, Saints. Like I could bring like groups of people, like 30 sometimes.
Awesome.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
wondering how you go to all your activities and games and stuff.
And if you ever have that, we can announce it for people who do want to get out and do something too. If you guys run out, if you guys don't have enough people to go, I mean, or if you guys have a few extra tickets.
Oh, she gets a lot. Like sometimes she gets like 50, 100 tickets. I think.
That's so cool.
I'd like to be more connected. I need someone to help
Well,
with that part.
I like that you said and point out that like you can just go to watch and like make friends. You don't have to play.
No.
You know.
I
And bring
can
your
cheer on the side and be
kids
fun, and you know,
your
I'm kind of
friends.
wild sometimes. You know, I hurt the next day, but it's okay. I'm not hurt no matter
Yes.
what. I suffer. You know, either way, I'm going to suffer. So why not suffer and enjoy it?
Yes. Trust me, there's some people out there doing it they shouldn't be. The first time I went out to volleyball at Hamley or whatever, Keith broke his leg or something crazy.
That was the very
he-
first time you went out there?
Yes, that was my first impression. They had to call the ambulance. He like his bone was sticking out.
You know why that happened? It was one of the rare times I missed.
Oh really?
I was joking about it. I was like, it's because I missed, so that's why it happened. The
It
balance
was
is off.
traumatizing.
I was
yes.
actually in Indiana at a recovery convention.
Oh okay.
I don't miss. The only time I
that's
ever
why you
missed.
weren't there.
The only time I ever missed is for
Well,
conventions.
you invited me, so I finally was like, I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna do it. And I brought my girlfriends, and then that happened. You were nowhere to be found, but it was fun.
I know
We
people
only
are
went a couple
messaging me
more
too. They're
times.
like, "OMG, that's why you don't play." That's why they have rules about like not playing against the net, like because you're not supposed to like hit the net.
Well, you're in the sand, and you're not used to it.
I heard it was severe. I heard the mood turned away after that too.
Ooh. Well, that's why I didn't let that be the only impression. I came back again just to be like, okay, see, it is cool. And I just enjoyed sitting there with my lady friends and like
You didn't
eating
play?
appetizers and watching everybody play. See who takes it serious and who doesn't. It's nice. But when the weather's nice, it's just really nice. If you don't be stuck at home on a Friday night. Okay, I'm gonna go right into the second song,
Yep.
and then we'll end with Eminem. Is that okay?
You mean the third song,
So the next song is not gonna be Eminem. It's gonna be
DJ Drama?
yes,
Oh, you're doing back to back?
yeah.
All right.
Just because
Like the halftime
we
show?
always run out of time. And then we'll play the last song, and then you'll have your final thoughts. So whatever we don't get in this next session, make sure you think about it for the final thing. I do want a moment to just say something about Josh myself,
Yes.
but not right away. You just gotta. I gotta feel it. I was feeling it a minute ago. Now we're talking about something else. I can't remember what I was gonna say.
Oh, it does go by fast. Holy shit.
Sure does.
"33 minutes didn't cuss yet. That might be a record.
Yeah. You're doing
Keep
good.
that good.
I almost did.
Yes. Okay. It's gonna be next song. Should be lined up.
It doesn't bleep it out like some radio stations bleep
No,
it out.
we can't. We're live. We're actually literally
like
live.
straight live. Oh,
Straight FFCC. You could get in trouble.
See, but that was clean. And this is a clean version too.
I was gonna say, hey, we're going right now next song. Okay.
and then the Eminem one.
Sorry about that.
And I don't think that Eminem one really cusses in that one either.
There's. It didn't look like there was because I didn't need to find a clean version. So. Either way, this is my jam. I have stole this one.
I'm gonna save one more for him. See where I'm gonna post it back on his thing.
Okay. Because this one made me nervous because the lyrics pop up, but they're not censored. So I had to double check. Because it says the bad word, but they do blurt it out. Like 3 times I've watched this, but like.
Oh, you played it before?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. But I still mess up. I'm just human, you know.
Is that live too up there?
Yes, this is all live.
That's YouTube?
Through the songs and everything. This is on YouTube and it is recorded. Which honestly, some of the best conversations have been not on air, by the way.
Yes. I think you're amazing. I'm just trying to get more. I wish I would have gotten more information out about it earlier. Sorry about that. I've been kind of lost in my little world.
We all are.
I did a lot this week. I trained cultural diversity at MRC the whole day, and then I did training on Friday all day, and then I went through treat injections again, and blah blah blah, and these headaches I have are really bad. I had like 2 days of no headaches, and I thought, oh, I'm like gonna be really cool. And they came back with a vengeance. It's like right now I have like calling me like this.
I used to suffer with headaches pretty bad too back in the day.
Yeah, so you know what I'm talking
Migraines
about.
and all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really bad, right?
Mhm.
I've never had that, and now I have them. It's been like 9 months straight.
Maybe the chiropractor.
Yeah. See, I had a fusion done in my neck, so it didn't take, so I got loose bones. So they're trying to wear a stimulator to help. I don't think it's working. But yes, you know what I'm talking about. Headaches can really like affect you.
Oh,
I'm
really?
staying real positive about it, but some people can't handle it. And I stay as positive as I can. Sometimes I'll talk fast before I start hearing that boom, 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 boom in my head. And then you get the aura sometimes, or you get I get the blink or my earring sometimes because yeah, you know what I'm talking, when you get that deep headache.
I definitely do. And it's like hard to do anything else, honestly.
And I'm managing.
Excruciating and all that, yeah.
Yeah.
Are you going to go for state?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
Are you going?
Yes, but I'm disappointed. My mom's they're all ditching me. It might just be me in our own hospitality room. I'm pissed.
Well, come
So
here.
send all the women to my room, okay? They all have Memorial Day plans. They
When
didn't
is
realize
that?
it was Memorial Weekend.
When is it?
The
Memorial
last-
weekend?
Yeah, Memorial Weekend, the last weekend. We're going to talk about next week.
Okay.
Okay, guys, ready?
So let's talk about your music selection there, young man. I love saying that. So what inspired you to pick these songs?
Yeah, Ice Cube, it was a good day, definitely classic. And whether it was even back in my dark days or back now, I just, remember that, it's always going to be a good day. Wake up feeling blessed, feeling grateful, so, it's a good day type of vibes. That's just the energy I'm trying to bring. And then DJ Drama, My Moment, that's a song, I really started getting into it a few months ago. It really gives me hope and motivation and inspiration of the future because, like, even though I seem like, that I have everything going on, there's, like, things in life that I'm missing right now and, waiting to, still working my way towards, like, building my way from my active addiction, I'll say, the lessons I had to learn and the things I'm digging myself out of, and I'm waiting to get these things back, so I'm just waiting on my moment, and it helps keep me going, that knowing my moment will eventually come if I keep it up and don't leave before the miracle happens.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and then I'm gonna ask you this. Hey, who inspires you?
Who inspires me? Oof, that's a good question.
You have someone in the room
That's
that
honestly a
you-
stumper.
Yeah.
I'm inspired by a lot of people. I'm inspired by some of my daily motivation is for my grandparents, that they can finally see the person that I turned into and be proud, because I couldn't even visit their gravesite for years when I was up to grimy activities and living that life. I'm inspired by them. I try to, honestly inspire myself, become a better version of myself. My higher power, a lot of people in recovery, a lot of peers I look up to, whether it's people who just newcomers or people who have, you know, years and years under their belt. I'm inspired by everybody doing their thing out there, honestly.
You know, and I like what you said about that newcomers. I get inspired by newcomers. I really do. Like people early in the recovery, or someone who just tells me something, and then you see someone that's. I met this gal at the training, you know, that I was doing. She's all excited about her recovery, and she was saying someone was telling her that, oh, you're gonna, you know, come down a level or two, and I said, just be yourself. It's okay. You're allowed to be who you are and just love life. And because she's like, you're fun, and you get to be in recovery. And because I talk about it, and the reason I choose to do that is that as I continue to achieve my other goals, because my journey of recovery allows me to dream again and be who I am, and show people that when you lose everything or you're in darkest places, that you can come out of it and be a beacon of hope. And the reason I talk about my recovery, like you're talking right now, is that it shows people who don't want to talk about it that it's okay to have recovery and change the stigma too. Because, you know, like you were talking about emotions and mental wellness, oftentimes no one wants to talk about that stuff. And it's like, you know, a hush thing. And the 5 years in your 5 years in your recovery, have you noticed how the recovery world has changed a little bit? That there's it's more options or more pathways, because that's one of the things here that we talk about. We celebrate all pathways, whatever someone wants, as long as they get recovery. That's all I care about for my brother and sister, is that they have recovery. However you do it, I just want you to have recovery. And if it's a little of this and a little of that, and you want to mix this and that, that is your journey, and I'm gonna respect it, because if you just have recovery, I'm happy for you. And when sharing those things, it's so important for us, because you know you're through that. You love the AA program, and you love the 12-step through the 12-step program. Someone who comes in and has the 12-step and uses some other sources, do you guide or sponsor newcomers? I guess.
Yes, I do. I mean, I do AA, I do NA. I didn't discriminate. I didn't just do alcohol. I liked all the drugs too. But there's so many programs out there. You know, whatever works and improves anybody's life. You know, makes them a better version of themselves. I'm all for that, and I definitely always am willing to sponsor, lend a hand to a newcomer, anybody that needs it. Honestly, you know, I've got the responsibility if anybody reaches out for help to, you know, fulfill that obligation.
It's so great, and you know, listeners out there. So I'm gonna explain something about a sponsor versus a coach, a recovery coach. A sponsor helps you through your journey through the AA program, and guides you through the 12-step program. And it's a really good support because and especially early in your recovery, it's really great. You know what? And later in your recovery, because sometimes you get too confident and think, oh, I don't need this, and forget about it. But I think it's great. And then also an enhancement is a recovery coach can guide you to sources and things that maybe a sponsor doesn't have the time or is unable to do. But I just think it's great that you are willing to sponsor individuals. And so one of the things I want to ask you is, how often do you go to meetings?
I usually do between 1 to 3 times a week. I have a home group, you know, Blaine Alano, 8:08 p.m. Friday nights. That's also volleyball afterwards.
8:08, I like that.
Yeah, it is 8:08 p.m. But it helps people remember what time it is. You know, the 8:08 is kind of just, you know, a classic, just sticks out. And then I go to random meetings, whether it's a meeting with a few old timers. I like the smaller, low key meetings too. So, you know, I try to go to, you know, anywhere between 1 to 3 a week.
Yeah, I used to do the 10-10 at Blaine. It's kind of funny, they all have
Saturdays.
Yeah, Saturdays. So that's when I was in that area. So one other thing I'm gonna mention, you were talking about some other support things out there that you were wanting to talk earlier about, organizations or different things like for tickets and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, there's another group. It's called Minnesota Young Adults for Recovery. This lady who I've became to know has this great group out there that's also on Facebook, and I don't know, I've kind of partnered with her, kind of gotten some people to games. They usually have free tickets to games, whether it's Twins, Saints, Lynx, maybe a couple others. And that's a good way to bring, whether it's newcomers or anybody, to games, also to have fellowship. Like sometimes bringing 20 to 30 people to games, bringing groups to these different sporting events for free, and come have a, you know, night of fellowship that way too. Stay tuned for that on Facebook.
Yeah, and, you know, and do you notice something, you guys? I want my listeners to know something. One of the things that I find amazing about Josh is you continue to talk about other organizations as well. You continue to talk about fellowship, connecting different dots but also connecting them together. And that's what I find very inspiring about you. You know, you're a very unique young man in the recovery world because you inspire others to connect together through fellowship. And for those who are nervous about meetings and like meeting rooms and would rather have fellowship, I think that's another pathway for recovery as well, to be able to do fellowship things, because if that's going to help their recovery, and some people who don't want to go to meeting rooms and feel uncomfortable in that type of setting, fellowship by playing volleyball or doing games and talking to others, that can be another form of recovery, because you know, there's individuals I've talked to that like that kind of thing, and now I have a source to send them to for their recovery journey. So I think it's just amazing that you talk so freely and you want to do those healthy things. We're going to go into your I did, another listener did say, just thank Josh for being an amazing person. Oh, is there another person? Oh, okay. Okay, and another person, Sarah says, thank you, Josh. Okay, we got another, wow, you just got, everyone messaging in on you. And listeners, again, 763-843-4262 to send a text, or if you want to call in, 612-405-3668. Let us know, okay? And the song is?
A surprise.
Ooh, it's a surprise. Okay, is that the song, a surprise? Oh, okay, just have to check.
No, I already hit play. I didn't have time to announce it. So.
Best for last, right?
Yes, and you tell what it is.
And then you will have another minute, yeah.
Okay, yes. So we got 12 minutes total.
12 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
157.
Yeah, we gotta be off air 1:57, because that's when the
I know,
station will pick up.
I know Pastor Caroline does it. Listen,
Oh yeah, let me get some pictures. I'm so
she goes longer than that, I think.
Oh god. Okay, you guys.
So we I think we have a little
keep
leeway.
talking. I'm gonna take some pictures while you're in action.
My arm is hurting so bad in my neck today. Oh, it's like, I'm glad he understands the headache thing. It's so nice to have someone who understands that.
Huh?
It's so nice to have someone understand that. Because I'm doing not too bad for pulling through that, right?
No, it was extremely hard.
I like the way he does that. What's
Okay.
1987 stand for?
That's my year
Okay.
of birth.
Yes, you should ask him too. Like.
And the M.
The M, Scorpio,
Okay.
November.
Oh, okay. Just had to ask. And I should get Bridge in there too. Why are you standing
No.
with them? Stand with them. I'll take
Yeah,
a picture
that's
with
good.
you.
I
Yeah.
don't
Selfie
know.
mode, fam.
I don't know if I'll.
Why are you very, oh, look at
I'm
that.
missing here in this.
Put your hand up, Bridge. Do something. No, the other hand. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go. One more. Okay.
Okay. We'll see if it makes it. Well,
That's
and
M&M,
after the
right?
show, we'll get pictures out by the banner.
Can I give a special shout out after too, or what?
What?
Of course.
I have one special shout out to give. I said I'd give Shima a shout out.
Oh yes.
Yes, you can do shout out
Do that right
tonight.
away so we don't forget.
I've kind of reduced some of my medications and I gotta start taking not to take it as much, but.
Well, I usually don't take my one on the weekends, but this breakfast thing, I knew that those three folks were gonna be there. I'm glad I took it, because I would have gone to bed.
Yeah.
They talk a lot,
I
so
would have a lot of coffee.
I'd have been interrupting.
Is your stash release?
I don't even know. I just take it.
Are you on any other medications?
Huh?
Are you on anything else?
Nope. I've all my depression stuff.
What stuff are you on for?
Different stuff. But when I
Mhm.
finally got that DNA mouse swab thing, some of the stuff that they had me on.
Oh, so you did that. How did that
yes.
work?
I was
Did
on
your
the wrong
insurance cover
shit.
it?
She said I should have been on some of that.
Wait, did your insurance cover it?
Yes.
Mine didn't. I want that so bad because it's like $300. Because I think some of the stuff that they give me is so wrong, and that's why they keep switching.
Yes. One of those, she's like, oh, I never take this. I was on it for like 2 years. I kept telling them, it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Because like opioids don't affect me,
They didn't believe me.
and so there's got to be some other things that and some of the syrup stuff I'm on.
Yeah. 30 seconds, we'll be back on. And then at that point, we'll have about 7 minutes. About 7 minutes. left on air. So let them do the shout outs first, maybe? Yeah, you know, if you want to just, if you think of it, if you guys think of it, mention Gopher State's coming up.
Yep.
Go for State.
Yeah, if you mention that you're going, more people might go. Seriously.
Definitely, I'll definitely be there.
Yes.
Welcoming newcomers.
Yes. That's really where he's good. Right? You're on.
And that was Eminem. Am I right about that? I hope I'm right, you guys. Am I?
Yes, I'm not afraid.
Thank you.
And if you're wondering why I picked that song, I mean, that one's definitely self-explanatory. Anybody who knows recovery, knows the struggle of addiction. I mean, I had to pick that song to finish with for my 4.
And hey, do you have a couple shout outs you want to do?
Yeah. Remember, Gopher State's coming up Memorial Day weekend. I'll be there, so come check it out. 7,000-8,000. Bridge will be there too. She'll be in the building. 7,000-8,000 alcoholics.
I might be doing it.
Be there, and I'll be welcoming newcomers. So come get some hugs on. Come get your recovery on. It'll be a blast. Eat food too. It's like the state fair, but free food.
Lots of food.
And I'll be there as a person just in recovery, and that's okay too, right?
Yes, anybody's welcome. You can bring your family, your significant other, Al-Anon, kids, everybody.
Did you hear that, you guys? You don't have to say you're an alcoholic or an addict. You can just say you're in recovery, right?
Don't say anything. You just come.
Doubletree in Bloomington.
You hear that? Yeah. So I heard it's really cool. And the other thing is, what I find interesting is that, oh, there's another message from someone for you. Someone's processing the message. Okay. Well, I'll get that in a moment. But it sounds like you really are excited about some of these things that you're doing. And is there any particular person or any individuals that you like to thank or appreciate who've helped you in your journey? Or do you sometimes just find that the higher power or that spirituality inside you is what guides you?
Yeah, there's honestly too many people to list on my journey, but if they're listening, or even if they aren't, there's a lot of people who I've thanked and who are very close to me throughout the journey. Some have been here the whole time, some haven't, but they definitely know who they are, and I definitely appreciate y'all. If it wasn't for each and every one of y'all, I probably wouldn't be sitting in this chair right now. I'd probably either be 6 feet under or in the pen or something, somewhere I don't want to be. So definitely thank you. And my higher power too. And also, someone also very special to me, who I've only known for about a year. This girl is definitely very special to me. I know she's at work right now, but maybe she'll listen later. But if not, love you, babe.
Aww. And then, hey, someone sent a message, it's pretty powerful. They just said they think they might get a sponsor now. Wow.
How can they connect with you?
This is what this Rise Up Hour does. It gets everyone an opportunity to choose what they want, have recovery. If they don't, that's okay. We welcome all pathways. And just a reminder, VSPN for Mental Wellness Month is free. Just go to that on Facebook, and it's all Zoom. It's 10 to 4 every day. It's pretty cool. You can go in anytime. They do all these different things. They teach you a lot. There's a lot of TED Talk. They celebrate. Oh, there's also they have a series on pain, chronic pain. So if you guys have that, the big stigma is throughout the month. I'm gonna post that calendar on my on our Facebook, and then we will post Gopher State. And then, what are your final thoughts for the show?
What do you think you want to say?
Yeah, I want you to say some final thoughts today for us, because you've been pretty.
All I gotta say is, keep coming back to Orcs if you work at. I know it's cliche, one day at a time, one moment at a time, but like I said, I know I referenced it before, but stick around. Don't leave before the miracle happens. I know not everything happens overnight. Like I'm all 5 years coming up next Monday. But
congratulations! Wow, 5 years.
But I try to be humble about it. If it's all about one day at a time, I didn't even know how I got that far, honestly. But the point is, though, like, not everything has happened in my life that I necessarily wanted to happen, but I keep trying and keep fighting every day, because eventually it will happen. So that's just hopefully some hope and inspiration that, not everything happens overnight. We have to dig our way. We dug ourselves these holes in our active addiction. I'm sure the longer we were in an active addiction for, the more holes we have to dig ourselves out of. And it's definitely worth it. Put in the work. If you're willing to put in the work, good things will happen. And work because you're worth it. Everybody deserves this way of life. So sobriety, recovery, it's the way to go. I love it. I just love it. Can't say enough good about it.
Yeah, and you get freedom. You give yourself freedom, and you know what? another thing is to give yourself empathy so you can heal. You know, not sympathy, but empathy. And you're doing a phenomenal job. Congratulations on 5 years. We'll have to have you back for some updates. And I just think what you're doing in the community is very inspiring. I wanted to thank you for giving the recovery community what you give it. You have something very unique about you. I can't pinpoint it yet, but there's something that's just beautiful and it's wisdom. And you got something. Keep it going. And I just love what you're doing for the community. Thank you for being a guest on the show today. If anyone needs anything, you can send an email to riseuphour@gmail.com. And Bridge has a couple last words to say. I think it's about Josh.
Okay. Yep, I'm nervous. I'm just going to say this one. I get emotional. I have a little song too, Josh, because Josh was one of those people. I was very antisocial, was very scared of everybody. And Josh was very persistent and just nice, not in a creepy way, in a very nice way. And he just kept inviting me to things. And he would always welcome. I watch him. He still always welcomes a newcomer. And he made me feel safe. And he made me feel comfortable to just be myself. And before Josh, I'd been going to meetings at Blade for a couple years, and I would go to a meeting, I would leave. I would not talk to anybody. I was just so scared. And Josh, we just randomly kept running into each other, and I felt like there was a reason. And I'm so glad that I finally let my guard down. And because of Josh, I really believed in fellowship. I really believed in people because Josh is that good person, and he does just genuinely care. To care. And so the alarm's going off. I got this song.
You got a moment or two, don't worry.
This is for you. It's Sia, Courage to Change, and that's what you gave to me.
Oh, amazing. You're the one who gave us her voice. No, seriously. Because she was very shy.
That's he goes. This is I wouldn't hang out with nobody. Okay.
You got time.
Ugh, it made me nervous. Sorry. I don't like to get all sappy. But yes, I'm going to my dark hole in my cave. And Josh is so nice. He's like, come on, let's still do something.
It's so beautiful. I love the emotion.
And I finally got to the point where, okay, fine, I will.
I don't know what it is yet. I haven't figured it out yet.
He's probably met him before. He knows everybody. He's so nice to everybody.
Huh?
I'm gonna get eyes limited going on that. He's spot on taking him. When I get my eyeglass company going, I'm having work for me.
Oh yes, he'll bring all of the people to the door.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, because right now, what is it you do?
Huh?
What do you do for a job?
I'm a forklift operator.
Yeah, so
I'm either trying to get in union or eventually I'm trying to get into, even though it might be less money, at first I'm trying to get in the recovery field. Actually, I did call up AmeriCorps.
Yeah.
I applied for there's 36 positions I applied for.
Oh nice.
I applied for everything that wasn't
see,
out of state or the women's only ones. So I applied for, and I got a call, had the interview. I think it killed it. She'll probably hit me back.
Nice.
yeah, see, you'd be
Okay,
great.
yes, I know. We gotta get you in. We gotta get you
much
in
like
the
this all
world.
going lunch and.
I know.
You'd be very action
If
development
you want to
program.
make the recovery arena part of your
Yep, it's gonna be part of the business.
you will be in it.
Yep.
If you want that,
It's
But you're like us too, like full energy. Like I hate the people that hate on us because they think
Yep.
pink cloud, temporary. No, you keep it going. If you want to keep it going, you can be happy about it forever. Okay, it's just gonna go out with the song.
Does Michael end at 157?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah,
They
we have
didn't-
an extra minute or two, don't worry.
Yeah, that's why I'm letting it play louder because I hate when it goes into a clip from last week and we're talking and it's
Yeah,
just
because
confusing.
I know that.
Do you know what I mean?
Pastor Caroline does it right to the end.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do.
I think he does that with me because I kept
I
going.
think we kept going over, but
Yeah, I was busy.
it'll be fine. Because that way if it loops, it'll loop into a song. I see it was a blur. Did I at least say that the reason I picked this song is because you gave me the courage? Ooh, so makes me want to cry. I had no courage before.
I guess sometimes just gotta get those tears out, I guess.
Here I am. You guys are the veils. Yes, talk about crying. And I'm like, I don't want to cry. Alright, I'm about to fade it out. perfect, right?
Yep.
That's good. And we're stopping here.
Excellent.
Do you want me to email the recording of the radio show directly to you? I just find that that's nicer if you don't have Wi-Fi. So maybe
Otherwise,
it's on
this is
your
not
phone.
anywhere because I know some people, or at least for sure one person, was trying to listen to it.
Well, you'll be able to get it on
WFNU.org.
just go right to the app, the radio
And they
station,
can listen to it.
or on
The Facebook group too.
yes, and YouTube.
On YouTube too.
That's gonna be all over.
Yep.
So share it and you feel comfortable. Okay.
And I think I sent
Let's
you
do
an invite to our
pictures.
group. Yep.
Oh, I gotta stop this. Bye, everybody. You gonna say bye?
Hey, bye everyone.
Bye.
This was a great
Thanks for
show. Thank you so much, you
participating.
guys. Sorry I'm not as like bloomy today. I'm just kind of hurting a little bit more than usual, but hey, I pushed through it. Got through it.
That's what's
So,
up.
and you know what? Couldn't do it without Bridge. Gotta tell ya.
I don't do that. I push buttons.